Good evening, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. Today is June 18th, 2018. And I want to talk to you about this portrait or this photo of Barack Obama that came out. And this is shown to be a true photo of himself dressed as Satan. This is not a Photoshop. There are articles about this that you can search and study. This just came out over the last day or two. Why in the world is former President Obama dressed as Satan? Leaked image of Barack Obama dressed as Satan goes viral. Leaked image of Barack Obama dressed as Satan goes viral. And so this has come out. It is shown to be by a friend of his or someone who worked in his campaign. You can study these articles and see what this is about, but it is not a Photoshop image. This is a photograph of Barack Obama dressed as Satan. What does the Bible have to say about this? 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no one deceive you, for the day of the Lord will not come unless the apostasy comes first and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction. What are the two things that have to happen before the day of the Lord? Right here it is very, very clear. Let no one deceive you, for the day of the Lord will not come unless two things have to happen before the day of the Lord, unless the apostasy comes first. The apostasy, the hatred of the world against Christ, and the turning away of the true faith of the world church. The church is no longer committed to the written word of God. They have turned away to heresy. They have turned away to false doctrine. The apostasy has come by allowing gay marriage into the churches and all the other things that have taken place to show the apostasy. The day of the Lord will not come unless the apostasy comes first. And number two, the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction. The day of the Lord will not come until the apostasy happens and the man of lawlessness is revealed. This is a sign, the revealing of the son of perdition, the son of destruction, the man of lawlessness, being revealed and revealing himself, is a sign that the rapture of the church is about to take place, for the day of the Lord will not come unless these two things have happened. So what is this? This is part of the revealing of the Antichrist, of the lawless one. This is very important right now, this timing of this, and I will share about the timing of this at the end of this message. But the timing of this revelation right now, as we're coming up upon the 9-month marker of the Revelation 12 sign, just before the summer solstice, is a huge part of how important this revelation is, this photo coming out right now. We go back to Barack Obama's Nobel Peace Prize. This was October 9th, 2009. He received this Peace Prize on the seventh day of Tabernacles. He received his award on Hanukkah in Norway, and on the day that he received his award, a portal opened up in the sky over Norway, and this was the unleashing of the demons, the fallen angels that are coming with the rise of the Antichrist. And the portal opened as a sign in the same location on the same day that Barack Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize. 1,260 days after the seventh day of Tabernacles, Barack Obama was in Israel. He stood in the holy place at the Church of the Nativity, the birthplace of Jesus Christ. And on this same exact day, there was a meteor, number 666. This is all documented. You can search this. The American Meteor Society, March 22nd, 2013, Meteor 666. There were two meteors that day in the United States, one in New York, one in California, number 666 and number 667. A sign for America from coast to coast on March 22nd, 2013. Sign in the heavens when he received the prize, sign in the heavens when he stood in the holy place where he ought not, and he signed an agreement with Israel, the unbreakable alliance. Barack Obama went to Israel and signed an agreement called the Unbreakable Alliance. Then, on the Feast of Trumpets in 2014, Barack Obama received the chair of the United Nations Security Council, was president over the United Nations Security Council, and received power over ISIS. They said they were going to fight ISIS, but it turned out that they funded and trained ISIS. They did not fight against ISIS. They funded and trained ISIS. This has all been proven. He said so in his own words. He very clearly came out and said they were training ISIS. So the United Nations gave him the job to train ISIS, because this is part of their plan to bring in the New World Order. And here is Barack Obama, after receiving the Nobel Peace Prize, after making an agreement in Israel, standing in the holy place, signing the Unbreakable Alliance, chairing the United Nations Security Council, and then 1,335 days after the abomination event in Israel, exactly the biblical scenario. We have a seven-year timeline from 2009 to 2013 to 2016. And it was exactly on day 1,335 from March 22nd, 2013 to November 17th, 2016 that Jupiter was entering Virgo and the Revelation 12 sign was beginning. So here is everything. All the signs are leading us up to the great sign in the heavens, which is the coming of the Antichrist, the birth of the Antichrist, the incarnation event of the Antichrist. And Barack Obama was in Berlin at the throne of Satan, the seat of Satan, which is in Berlin, the altar of Zeus, on the same exact day as the Revelation 12 sign was beginning. Then we had the sign of the dragon, and how this looked exactly like the Obama Foundation logo, the sign of the dragon that was on the 17th of December. Then we had the Obama portrait, This is another part of the revealing process. If you can't see the horns above Barack Obama within this portrait, it's very, very simple to see the horns coming out of his head. It's also very simple to see that he has 6 fingers. 6 fingers on his hands, which means he's of the Nephilim. He's from the fallen race of men, from the giants. That's a biblical understanding. There were only 2 men in the Bible that had 6 fingers, and they were both sons of giants. They were Nephilim, from the fallen race of men, the family of Goliath. Then on March 25th in Japan, Barack Obama said this: "If I could do that effectively, then I would create 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 young Barack Obamas or Michelle Obamas." This is very telling statement that he wants to create 1,000,000 people just like himself. He wants to create man in his own image. See, he's taking the place of God the Father, the Creator. He wants men to be in his image and not in God's image. After he left Japan, he made a trip to Hawaii. It was in Hawaii, while he was in Hawaii, that the Hawaii Committee calls for an Obama statue in his birth state. So he goes to Japan, says he wants to create 1,000,000 Barack Obamas in his own image. Then in Hawaii, he visits his home state. They want to erect a statue for him. Okay, so here is the fraudulent birth certificate of Barack Obama. These are all the errors that are in the birth certificate. There are 9 or more errors that are easily visible. They did the study. The birthers did the study, and this is 100% a fraud. His birth certificate from Hawaii is 100% a fraud. So this is the same one who had the Nobel Peace Prize, the same one who sat on the United Nations Security Council, the same one who was President of the United States, who before, when he was a senator, ran as a senator from Kenya. But then to become president, he had to be born in the United States. So then it was in 2008 that this birth certificate came out. So, this whole process, it was fraudulent to be able to put Barack Obama into the position that they wanted him in, because just as Oprah Winfrey said all the way back on Hanukkah in 2007, Barack Obama is the one. Barack Obama is the one. Well, okay, so we have this connection between Hawaii and them wanting to build him a statue. This is his home state, supposedly. It's also the 50th state, which connects us again to Pentecost, Hawaii being the 50th state. And then we have the eruption of the volcano. Well, look, they want to build a statue for Barack Obama, and now they have this volcano that is completely wiping out. Now, isn't that interesting? This is a absolute true photo of the beginning of the eruption in Hawaii, and looks like a little clown face or a mockery, or if you're going to take an ultrasound of this is the little face of the baby inside the volcano, because it's out of the sea, the beast out of the sea that is going to be born out of that volcano. And this is what the price of wanting to build a statue for Obama in Hawaii. And Hawaii now has been totally destroyed. The Big Island is totally it's going to be gone within the next, it's gone. All intents and purposes, it's gone. The Big Island no longer exists. And there's no end in sight of the eruption of the volcano in Hawaii. And then this is all connected to the Ring of Fire and the birthing event. And Hawaii being right in the middle. And even today there was another big earthquake in Guatemala, another big earthquake in Japan, and there's Russia, Ecuador, there's volcanoes going. They're saying there's over 1,500 active volcanoes right now in the world. And they're all active. The 1,500 active ones. And this is all connected to Hawaii and the Ring of Fire and the birth event and all the flooding in the world and the breaking of the waters. And then it was just a few days ago that the Democrats on June 14th said, we want Obama to return from the sidelines. The Dems say Obama return from the sidelines is overdue. Democrats on Obama's return to politics. There's no one else. Breitbart News. There's no one else. So the Democrats are looking for the return of Barack Obama. Now look what it says in Revelation 2:12 through 13. It says, to the angel of the church in Pergamum write, these are the words of him who has the sharp, double-edged sword. I know where you live, where Satan has his throne. Yet you remain true to me, to my name. You did not renounce your faith in me, not even in the days of Antipas, my faithful witness, who was put to death in your city where Satan lives. This is the Church of Pergamos, the Pergamum altar, the Church of Pergamum, the city of Pergamum in Turkey. And this is the connection to Turkey. The Antichrist connection to Turkey is through the Pergamus altar. But we must remember that the Pergamus altar is no longer in Turkey. And so here it shows that the throne of Satan, where Satan has his throne, where Satan lives, Pergamus. The throne of Satan from Pergamus. This is the location in Turkey, in Pergamus, where the throne of Satan was. But it was dismantled and it was taken to Berlin in the early 1900s. And it was here in Berlin where Hitler received his power from the throne of Satan to be the Antichrist of his time and to carry out the Holocaust and to murder 6 million Jews. There was power that was received from the throne of Satan that was moved from Pergamus to Berlin. And then we see that in 2008, Barack Obama received the nomination of the Democratic Party. Remember, before Obama received his nomination, they had a vote on whether they wanted God in their platform. Remember, the Democrats voted God out of the platform. They booed God out of the platform. When they voted to have God out of the platform, they cheered. This was at the Democratic National Convention. And then Barack Obama was brought in to receive the nomination at the altar of Zeus, throne of Satan in Denver, Colorado. See? And this is a replica of the throne of Satan from Pergamus. This is the throne of Satan. This is the biblical warning of Pergamus, that this is where Satan has his throne. And this is the Antichrist connection to Turkey through the altar of Zeus. Matthew 24:15. This is before the Great Tribulation. The Great Tribulation starts in verse 21. And so these are the final signs of the coming of Christ before the Great Tribulation. And Jesus tells us in verse 15, Matthew 24:15, when you shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. When you see the abomination of desolation. When is the abomination of desolation? It is before the beginning of the Great Tribulation. It has to do with the revealing of the lawless one before the day of the Lord. And this is very, very clear from the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 15, a sign of his coming when you see the abomination of desolation. So this has all been shown to us. This has all been revealed because this is exactly what the biblical text tells us to look for. So we have a man who receives a prize, a peace prize, a covenant of peace. The Bible says that the Antichrist will enter peaceably. He will come in through peace. We see the signs in the heaven, the Nobel Peace Prize and the spiral in Norway. We see the day that Barack Obama entered the holy place where he ought not, showed no reverence for Jesus Christ, the birthplace of Jesus Christ. We have a sign in the heavens of meteor number 666, not just any meteor, meteor 666 on the exact day in question. The unbreakable alliance that was signed. Barack Obama seated at the Security Council, chairing the United Nations Security Council. And then the betrayal of Israel. See, Barack Obama signed an agreement with Israel. It's called the Unbreakable Alliance. And then on December 23rd, 2016, there was a vote against Israel that they needed to withdraw from their settlements, Resolution 2334, and Barack Obama did not veto the vote. The Unbreakable Alliance broken. Obama betrays Israel. Isn't this the biblical scenario, my friends? The Antichrist entering peaceably, signing an agreement with Israel, a covenant with many. The unbreakable alliance in Hebrew is a covenant of peoples. Alliance is covenant. An unbreakable alliance, broken. He broke the alliance. The betrayal of the Antichrist against Israel. And this happened on December 23rd. When was that? On the 7-year anniversary of the Nobel Peace Prize from Hanukkah. Kislev 23, 2009. Kislev 23, 2016, 7 years to the day from the Obama Nobel Peace Prize, award date in Norway to the division of Jerusalem. And the covenant was broken 7 years to the day. And yet the Democrats want Barack Obama back. So how does this connect with this week? Why is all this happening this week? Well, we're coming to the end of the Revelation 12 sign. And on the 14th of June, the Democrats said Barack Obama's return is long overdue. And 3 days later, a picture comes out of Barack Obama dressed as Satan. Let no one deceive you, for the day of the Lord will not come unless the apostasy comes first. The man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. The day of the Lord will not come until the lawless one is revealed. So this revealing of the lawless one, Barack Obama as Satan, there's no code needed, folks. We don't need to decipher what this means or go back to the portrait and try to see the horns and the 6 fingers. No, there's no code needed. There's no special interpretation needed. This photo speaks for itself. Barack Obama is Satan. This is the lawless one revealed. This one who sat on the United Nations Security Council. This one who was president of the United States. This one who won the Nobel Peace Prize. This one who signed an agreement with Israel, the Unbreakable Alliance, and then broke it. The Unbreakable Alliance was broken. Satan, Obama Satan, here he is. No codes are needed. No special interpretation is needed. This photo speaks for itself. Is this a sign of rapture coming on June 21st? No man knows the day or the hour. But Barack Obama is connected to the Revelation 12 sign. Remember, day 1335 from the abomination event was the beginning of the Revelation 12 sign. This was day 1335 from March 22nd, 2013, adding 1,335 days. It was the exact day the Revelation 12 sign began as Jupiter entered Virgo. The Revelation 12 sign, the birth in the heavens, is the incarnation event of the Antichrist. And then the conception event on September 23rd, 2017, bringing us to the revelation of Barack Obama right here on June 17th. And now we are days away from the 9-month marker. The 9-month marker from the Revelation 12 sign. Dear brothers and sisters, the Word of God speaks for itself. Let no one deceive you. For the day of the Lord will not come unless the apostasy comes first, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction. The son of perdition has been revealed. The day of the Lord has come. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.